The world is opening up again. With the declining corona cases, open borders will soon become a reality once again. Something that will surely benefit the travel industry, which has had a disproportionate hit in the past year. An important player to keep an eye on in this area is AirBNB, whose stock might be making an interesting development. "2020 was a year of major setbacks for the travel industry. But despite these setbacks, AirBNB has proven to have a resilient business model. In March 2020, the stock plummeted, just like so many other stocks, but it has recovered rather impressively. Will there be yet more growth now that the price is more than $135 per share? AirBNB, the online platform that connects travelers with over 4 million hosts around the world for accommodation and experiences, does not shy away from a challenge. In fact, the company was founded during the Great Recession in 2008, allowing homeowners to make some extra cash and put a new, unique spin on vacations and traveling. At the height of the pandemic-related travel restrictions, AirBNB's gross bookings fell by nearly 80%, and the company predicted that total revenues could fall to less than half of the levels of 2019. But revenues recovered faster than expected as travelers turned to AirBNB for accommodations and remote working options. The power of their unique business model ensured that the entire 2020 revenues were down by just 30% compared to 2019. AirBNB expects the travel industry will bounce back in the year 2021. Therefore, they launched Made Possible by Hosts, their first marketing campaign in 5 years, which partially aims to recruit more hosts for the platform. And AirBNB has good reason to be optimistic. A recent survey found that 54% of US consumers have already booked a trip or plan to book a trip in 2021. Shares in AirBNB have only been traded on the stock exchange for a relatively short time, only since December 2020, and have therefore not been getting a lot of attention from investors, or at least not for very long. It's difficult to predict where AirBNB will be in 5 years, and trying to predict the numbers is an impossible task, especially as the company is still struggling with uncertainty as a direct result of the pandemic. However, one of the major trends, also directly resulting of the pandemic, could potentially shape AirBNB's operation over the next 5 years. This trend is the rise of remote working. In a recent letter to shareholders, management said, guests don't just travel on AirBNB, they live on AirBNB. In the first quarter, 24% of the nights were for stays of 28 nights or longer. Whilst that is clearly a result of the pandemic, it is also a sign of a trend that is likely to continue. Remote working gained a lot of popularity during the pandemic, and the hybrid model seems to persist even now that offices are reopening. Management added, an increasing number of guests are discovering that they don't need to be tied to one location to live and work. Buying shares should be for the longer term, at least 3 to 5 years. Personally, I believe that there are still plenty of opportunities for growth for AirBNB, especially now that remote working has become easier in the last year. I'm of the opinion that remote work will not soon disappear and that companies will continue to support it. A great opportunity for AirBNB. At the time of publishing this episode, I have not yet invested in AirBNB, but I am seriously considering it. So join us next time and we'll be having a look at my future and finance portfolio. And remember to subscribe to this channel by clicking on the bell so you don't miss a single episode. If you like our videos, be sure to share them on your socials and give us a big thumbs up. We look forward to seeing you again in the next episode.